Good morning. Sylvie's here.
Agenda room's here.
Good morning, Judge.
Holzman's on.
Good morning, Commissioner.
Commissioner Kochmeyer's here.
Good morning, Commissioner.
Good morning, Mr. Chairman.
Commissioner Coleman is here.
Good morning, Commissioner.
Good morning, Mr. Chairman.
Commissioner Coleman, I was surprised to hear that we may be missing you for jury duty, since I think it would be pretty rare for any of us to actually make a panel.
Yeah, I was hoping and praying I did not make this panel, and fortunately I got dismissed yesterday. But I've been called a few times, and the last time I knew 6 other people. We were all elected or either former elected officials. They dismissed all of us. But this time I did not know one other person on the panel, so I was really afraid that they would get me. I really want to do my part, and serve, but unfortunately it was a murder case, so I did not want to deal with it. So
Sure.
Fortunately I was dismissed. So all is good. Glad to be here.
Well, we're glad to have you.
Commissioner Roop's here. I just caught the tail end of that. So Maida's been dismissed and is involved in a murder investigation.
Yep, you got it.
Leave it to you,
All right.
Commissioner Roop.
Good. Just wanted to make sure I was once again on the same page. So
You're right as usual.
All right. Well, that brings, with Commissioner Roop now, all of the commissioners are assembled, so we will go ahead and call the agenda meeting to order. I ask anyone participating on the phone, please mute your phone unless you need to speak. We do have 5 tariffs and new orders today, 4 pre-hearing case discussions, and a universal service fund update. So the first order of business is to approve the open minutes from last week, September 22nd. You all have seen those. Are there any additions or corrections? All right, hearing none, all those in favor of approving the open minutes from September 22nd, say aye. Aye.
aye.
Aye.
Those minutes are approved 5-0. We also had closed minutes that day. You all have seen those. Are there any additions or corrections to the closed minutes? All right, hearing none, all those in favor of approving the closed minutes from September 22nd, say aye. Aye.
Aye.
Aye.
Those closed minutes are approved 5-0. First up in tariffs and new orders is file number GC 2022-0158. This is Ozarks Medical Center, DBA Ozarks Healthcare, complainant v. Summit Natural Gas of Missouri, respondent. So Ozark Medical Center filed this complaint against Summit in regards to billing amounts resulting from Winter Storm Uri. We held an evidentiary hearing on May 24th, and the parties filed 2 rounds of briefs thereafter. Prior to issuing our report and order, the parties filed a unanimous stipulation and agreement to resolve all of the contested issues in the case. So this order approves that unanimous stipulation and agreement, and I recommend we approve the order version 2. Commissioner Roop,
I am in support of this order.
Commissioner Coleman,
I support the order.
Commissioner Holzman,
I support the order.
and Commissioner Kolkmeyer.
And I do as well.
All right. Well, I just want to say I'm glad the parties were able to get together and work this out. So with that, all those in favor of approving the order as drafted version 2 say aye. Aye.
Aye.
Aye.
Order is approved 5-0. Next up, file number ER 2022-0337. This is in the matter of Union Electric Company, DBA Ameren Missouri's tariff to adjust its revenues for electric service. Ameren has filed its case asking for an increase in electric rates. So this order just adopts the party's proposed procedural schedule, which includes an evidentiary hearing from April 3rd through the 14th of 2023. So I recommend we approve this order version 1. Commissioner Roop,
I am in support of this order.
Commissioner Coleman,
I support the order.
Commissioner Holzman,
I support the order.
and Commissioner Kolkmeyer.
And I do as well.
All right, all those in favor of approving the order as drafted version 1 say aye. Aye.
Aye.
Aye.
5-0. Next up, file number TO 2023-0074. This is in the matter of Fidelity Cablevision LLC, DBA Fidelity Communications, partial relinquishment of eligible telecommunications carrier designation. Fidelity filed a request to relinquish certain areas for which we previously granted them ETC status. Staff filed a recommendation to approve the request, stating that Fidelity has met the federal requirements and that there are other ETCs currently serving the areas which they're giving up. So this order cancels Fidelity's ETC designation for those requested areas. So I recommend that we approve this order version 1. Commissioner Roop,
I am supporting.
Commissioner Coleman,
I'm in support.
Commissioner Holzman,
I support the order.
and Commissioner Kolkmeyer.
And I do as well.
All right, all those in favor of approving the order as drafted version 1 say aye. Aye.
Aye.
Aye.
That order is approved 5-0. Next up, file number SR 2022-0239. This is in the matter of SK&M Water and Sewer Company's rate increase request. SK&M Water and Sewer filed this case asking for an increase in water and sewer rates. This order approves the disposition agreement filed in this case by SK&M and staff, and I recommend that we approve this order version 2. Commissioner Roop,
I am supporting this order as well.
Commissioner Coleman,
I support the order.
Commissioner Holzman,
I support the order.
and Commissioner Kolkmeyer.
I'm also in support.
All right, all those in favor of approving the order as drafted version 2 say aye. Aye.
Aye.
Aye.
That order is approved 5-0. Final order today is file number GE 2023-0104. This is in the matter of the application of Summit Natural Gas of Missouri, Inc. for a waiver of Commission Rule 20 CSR 4240-14.020 sub 1 sub D and 14.030 sub 3 relating to promotional practices. Summit filed an application for a waiver stating that it would allow the company to promote the use of high energy efficiency appliances. Staff filed a recommendation stating it didn't object to Summit's request. So this order grants the waiver, the request for expedited treatment, and the waiver of the 60-day notice provision. And I recommend that we approve this order version 1. Commissioner Roop,
I am in support as well.
Commissioner Coleman,
I support the order.
Commissioner Holzman,
I support the order.
and Commissioner Kolkmeyer.
And I do as well.
All right. All those in favor of approving the order as drafted, version 1, say aye.
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 That order is approved 5-0. So that concludes reports and orders. Next up is case discussion. As I mentioned, we have 4 pre-hearing memos. The first 2 are with Judge Hatcher. So Judge Hatcher, file number GX 2022-0340.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. This memo gives the necessary details for an upcoming rulemaking public hearing regarding the Commission's proposal to update 2 of its natural gas safety rules to incorporate federal rule updates. The hearing will be held in person in the large courtroom at 10 a.m. next Tuesday, October 4th.
Okay. Any questions for the judge on the rulemaking? Doesn't sound like it. Next up, Judge, file number. Oh, you got
Go
it.
ahead.
Go
Sorry.
ahead.
Thank you, Chairman. This is file number EA 2022-0234. This is a local public hearing, and this memo gives the details for the local public hearing and the next era request for a CCN to construct, maintain, and operate a 9-mile, 345 kV electric transmission line in Barton and Jasper counties. That hearing will be via WebEx, which does allow participation by telephone, and the hearing is scheduled for 6 p.m. tomorrow. That's Thursday, September 29th.
All right. Any questions for the judge regarding the NextEra local public hearing? All right. Doesn't sound like it. Thank you, Judge. Next
Thank you,
up, we
Chairman.
have 2 more cases. I believe Judge Sire has both of these. So the first is EO 2022-0226. Judge Sire?
Yes, good morning, Chairman and Commissioners. This case is a change of electric supplier request by Jerry Countryman. He's requesting to change his supplier from the Empire District Electric Company doing business as Liberty to White River Valley Electric Cooperative. It is set for hearing on Monday beginning at 9 a.m. There is an option for both parties and witnesses to participate via WebEx, and of course that's also open to the commissioners. And I do know for a fact that there will be some witnesses and attorneys participating via WebEx. And as it stands now, we anticipate 4 witnesses testifying on Monday.
All right, and just that one issue. Any questions? Any questions for Judge Sire on the change of supplier case? All right, doesn't sound like it. Next up is ER 2023-0011. Judge?
Yes, this is the topic of this hearing on Friday will be Evergy Missouri West's request to defer $31 million in extraordinary FAC fuel and purchase power costs to a subsequent general rate case, which is ER 2022-0130. We anticipate 4 witnesses testifying on Friday. This is different from Monday's hearing in that there is a WebEx option for the commissioners, but not for the parties and the witnesses. Friday's hearing will also be a bit unusual in that there will not be a court reporter present in person or via WebEx, and so we will simply have an audio recording that will later be transcribed. The other thing that's a little different about Friday's hearing is that because of the compacted procedural schedule in the case and the need to expedite the report and order, Sir rebuttal has not been pre-filed, but will take place actually during the hearing.
Okay. Any questions for the judge on this Evergy case? All right, sounds like you're in the clear, Judge. We will see with that here. All right, that concludes case discussions. We do have one brief other discussion. This is regarding the annual federal USF high cost support certification. either Jim Bush or John Van Eschen.
Yes, thank you. Federal high-cost USF support is provided to eligible companies to ensure voice and broadband services are available in designated high-cost areas. In Missouri, for calendar year 2021, this support amounted to over $215 million. FCC rules require annual certification. The funding is being used as intended. State commissions are involved in this certification process, and the packet circulated to you describes it. Staff recommends 58 companies be certified. These companies have all made the required annual filings with the commission and have also adequately responded to staff requests for information. Detailed company information sheets, such as the one identified as Attachment B, are maintained on the Commission's G Drive for all companies eligible to receive federal high-cost support. These information sheets show such information as company ownership, where their headquarters are located, their service area, company history, services offered, their technology, and the status of complying with broadband deployment obligations. Attachment C is a list of all these companies, and it condenses into 2 pages certain relevant material from these information sheets. Overall, the companies appear to be doing a good job, and over half the companies are meeting or are ahead of schedule in meeting broadband deployment obligations that are attached to this funding. We ask the Commission vote to approve the certification identified as Attachment A, which, if approved, is the document that gets sent to the FCC and the federal USF administrator.
All right. Any questions for John? Before we do need a vote to send that correspondence. So any questions for John before we make that motion? It doesn't sound like it, John, so I will go ahead and make the motion to send that correspondence to the USF administrator. Is there a second?
Second by Holzman.
Seconded by Commissioner Holzman. Any discussion on the motion? Right. Hearing none, all those in favor of approving the motion to send the correspondence to the federal USF administrator, say aye. Aye.
Aye.
Aye.
5-0. Thank you, John. That concludes other discussions, so that just leaves us with scheduling. So let's look ahead. Thursday, tomorrow, September 29th, we have a local public hearing in that NextEra transmission case, EA 2022-0234. That will be at 6 p.m. via WebEx only with Judge Hatcher. Friday, September 30th is the evidentiary hearing in the Evergy West case on their application to implement rate adjustments for the fuel and purchase power cost recovery mechanism. That will be at 8:30 a.m. in room 310 with Judge Sire. Monday, October 3rd, evidentiary hearing in EO 2022-0226. That's the Empire and Jerry Countryman application for change of electric supplier. That will be in room 310 at 9 a.m. with Judge Sire. Tuesday, October 4th, we have that rulemaking hearing, GX 2022-0340, on the Commission's rules relating to natural gas safety. That will be at 10 a.m. in room 310 with Judge Hatcher. Wednesday, October 5th, we will have agenda at 10:15 a.m. Monday, October 10th is a state holiday. Wednesday, October 12th, we have agenda at 10:15 a.m. We also have a local public hearing that day in GR 2022-0179. That's Spire's rate case. That will be at 6 p.m. at the St. Louis Community College with Judge Clark. Thursday, October 13th, local public hearing in that same Spire case. That will be at noon via WebEx only with Judge Clark. Tuesday, October 18th, local public hearing again in Spire's rate case. That will be at 6 p.m. in Kansas City at the Greg Kleiss Community Center with Judge Clark. Wednesday, October 19th, agenda at 10:15 a.m. Monday, October 24th through Tuesday, October 25th, we have an evidentiary hearing in WM 2022-0186. This is Foxfire Utility Company's application to transfer certain water and sewer assets in Stone County to Ozark Clean Water Company. That will be at 9 a.m. in room 310 with Judge Keeling. And then finally, Wednesday, October 26th, we have agenda at 10:15 a.m. So that gets us out through the end of October. Any comments, questions, or requests regarding scheduling? All right, hearing none, and with no other business coming before the body, we will stand adjourned. Thank you,
Thank you,
Commissioner.
Mr. Chairman.
Thank you, Mr.
Thank you,
Chairman.
Mr. Chairman.